2 hours left. A shocking deal is made. A letter was written with your name on it. Years ago by your soulmate, they never delivered it. Archangel Michael says, the wind has begun to shift around you, and with it, a letter written long ago begins to stir from a place it was never meant to be forgotten. 2 hours remain before a shocking deal activates the energy hidden in something you were never meant to discover, until now. Your name was written with trembling hands by someone who loved you more than they could express, and still, they never delivered it. This is no ordinary message. It's a key that unlocks a truth buried beneath years of silence, regret, and fate's interference. The paper, though worn and aged, holds a secret that once burned in the heart of your soulmate, a truth they couldn't bring themselves to speak. They had every intention to send it. They sealed it with tears and folded dreams. But something kept them back, a fear, a force, a voice that whispered it wasn't the right time. Now, the universe is pushing that moment into your hands. The person who wrote it has made a deal, not with just any soul, but with something spiritual. The clock is ticking, and that letter is moving closer to where you are now. Tap Amen to get blessing 333. You may have felt a sudden chill or a wave of emotion passing through your chest recently. That was the moment the letter was pulled from its hiding place and redirected by higher forces. It is moving through realms of forgotten promises and into the space where you are destined to read it. Inside it lies something that could shatter your current understanding of your past. A revelation of who stood by you silently, loving you with the fire of 1,000 lifetimes. They watch your path from afar, not to interfere, but to honor your growth. They wrote about moments you shared, moments you might not have even noticed. But they held on to them like relics, each one inked with a love that time couldn't erase. They spoke of a future with you that still haunts their sleep, even if years have passed. Type Amen to get blessing April 2017. Comment now if you've ever felt that someone's love was left unfinished. Comment if your heart has waited for something that never arrived. Because today, that wait is about to end, not with an explosion, but with a whisper on old paper or change. Michael says, heaven kept the letter preserved for a reason. Even though storms tried to destroy it, even though Hans tried to forget it, the paper stayed intact. It stayed hidden until today, until you were finally strong enough to hold the truth. In this deal made just hours ago, something sacred was exchanged. They were told they could no longer hold the letter close. Instead, it must be returned to its rightful owner, you. You were never meant to be forgotten. You were never meant to be replaced. You were only waiting for divine timing. And that moment is now. Type Amen to get blessing 901. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. In the letter, they mention a name you once heard in a dream. They explain the things they couldn't say when your eyes last met. They reveal the truth about why they disappeared and what was haunting them then. It was not rejection, it was a sacrifice. They were protecting you from something dark that had attached itself to their bloodline. Your soulmate knew that if they stayed, you'd suffer too. So they walked away with the heaviest heart, hoping one day to return as the person you deserved. This deal made just now was their way of breaking that curse. They surrendered everything in exchange for you receiving this letter. They finally chose to speak through paper with their voice never could. They chose you again. Type Amen to get blessing 554. The angelic realm is aware of the timing, even nature is adjusting to accommodate what's about to reach you. Birds may behave strangely. Winds may blow when there's no reason. Those are signs. His message was time-locked. Every tear you've cried over missing someone you couldn't explain was another line written in that letter. Your pain was not ignored. It was inscribed in ink beside every "I'm sorry" and every "I love you still." This is not about reopening wounds. This is about giving closure to your spirit. It's about allowing what was meant for you to finally find you. Comment now if you're ready to receive what was always yours. Comment if you feel the presence of someone who once held your hand in a memory that won't fade. Because the letter is on its way, and it carries more than just words, it carries rebirth. Type Amen to get blessing 678. Archangel Michael says, your heart may feel heavy right now, and that it's not weakness, it's recognition. Your soul knows what's coming. Even your shadow is preparing to embrace the truth. There's a scent that may linger near you today, familiar yet distant. It's the energy of the one who wrote to you. They are closer now than ever before. Even if you cannot see them yet. They ask forgiveness in the letter. They beg for your understanding. And most of all, they promise to never vanish again, even if only through spirit. You might cry when you read it, tears of healing, of reunion, of all the silent moments that now find a voice. You will feel them next to you, and for once, it won't just be a memory. Type Amen to get blessing 820. You were told to move on, but your heart always hesitated. That hesitation wasn't weakness, it was intuition. You sensed something was unfinished, and now you know why. That letter has the missing piece. A piece written just for you, hidden from the world, protected by time. Don't ignore the next knock at the door. Don't dismiss the next whisper in your dream because they are using everything they have left to reach you before the hour ends. You might even find the letter near something you touch daily. It could be tucked inside a book, slipped under your pillow, or digitally appearing when you least expect it. But it will find you because love never loses its way when guided by spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 990. They mentioned your laugh, they remembered the way your eyes lit up when you were talking about your dreams. They confessed they still believe in you, even now. Even the ink has energy. Your name glows in a spiritual frequency that angels have guarded for years. This isn't just a letter. It's a spiritual resurrection. And now, as the final hour approaches, the energy around you begins to shift stronger. Your surroundings may seem distorted, but that's just the veil thinning. Because this kind of love cannot be ignored by heaven any longer. You are being aligned with your destiny again, the silence is breaking. The soul who loved you into eternity is finally being allowed to speak. Type Amen to get blessing 747. Comment below if this message resonates with your soul. Comment if your spirit has always waited for something greater, something real. The universe is listening now more than ever. This letter was meant for your eyes only. It carries no judgment, only truth. It is the closing and the beginning all in one. When you read it, your body may respond, goosebumps, sudden warmth, tears you didn't expect. Those are signs of recognition. It's your soul remembering what loved ones promised. Archangel Michael says, "You are now stepping into the hour of revelation. There is no more hiding. There is no more waiting, the letter is near. The deal is done. And your name is the light guiding it home." Type Amen to get blessing 1002. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. They knew you would need this now, at this very moment in your life when so much feels uncertain. They prayed that the letter would reach you when your heart needed a reminder of who you truly are. Now, the time has come, and the universe has cleared all paths for its arrival. There is an energy around this moment that feels ancient yet familiar, like a thread being pulled from the past and rewoven into your present. It brings not only comfort but an ignition of your divine purpose. The letter holds more than emotions. It contains instructions, insights, and confessions they never dared to say aloud. You were always the missing piece in their world, even when distance and silence said otherwise. Type Amen to get blessing March 1984. They wrote of the day they first saw you, how everything in their soul stirred. They described it in words like poetry, like music, like truth. You were more than a person to them. You were their answer. And though years passed, and others may have come and gone, no one replaced you. No one matched what they felt for you, and they never stopped believing you were destined to cross paths again. The deal they made just 2 hours ago wasn't out of desperation. It was from awakening. They knew they had to act now or lose the chance forever, so they gave up something they cherished deeply. In return, they asked for one final opportunity, for the letter to reach your hands. Heaven heard that request and it was granted. Type Amen to get blessing 611. Comment if you feel this heaviness lifting now. Comment if you feel an emotional wave without explanation. That's the frequency of the letter coming closer to you. The letter speaks of the dreams they've had of you. Dreams where you smiled again, where your pain was gone, and you laughed like before. They dreamed of holding your hand again under a sky that never judged. And now, they don't want the silence to win. They don't want their love to stay buried, they want you to know it always existed, even when the world said otherwise. This love was meant to resurface. This message was meant to revive what was once lost in time. You are being chosen again, not by accident, but by divine orchestration. Type Amen to get blessing 1044. Archangel Michael says, when you find this letter, do not rush. Read it slowly. Feel every sentence with your heart, not just your eyes. Behold it not written with it, it is written with its own. Each line will bring back memories, maybe even moments you forgot were real. And with each memory, a piece of your spirit will be restored. There is a part of you that's been waiting to feel whole again, and this message will be the start of that healing. You are not forgotten, and your story is not over. This letter is proof. Proof that love lingers beyond time, proof that what's meant for you always finds a way back. By payment to get blessing 859. Your soulmate's words echo from pages that once lived in darkness. But now they are stepping into light, into your hands, into your heart. And the moment you read it, your life will begin shifting. You may notice unexpected signs. A white feather, a flash of light, an old photo reappearing. These are confirmations that the message has begun its journey into your space. Don't ignore them. They are not coincidences. There is a name mentioned in the letter. A name you haven't heard in a long time, but it still sends chills when whispered. That name holds power, and its return will make sense soon. You'll understand why certain things happened the way they did, why certain people disappeared, and why your heart never fully moved on. Type Amen to get blessing 612. They didn't just write words, they wrote moments. They wrote about that time you always touched hands but didn't. About the way your smile stayed in their mind for years. Even the paper smells faintly of something you once wore. As if the universe preserved your essence alongside theirs, and now, it all returns to where it belongs, back to you. You may feel a storm of emotions when you read it. Grief, joy, sorrow, hope. Let it wash over you because your soul remembers. This is more than a letter, it's a reunion. Comment now if your heart beats faster reading this. Comment if part of you already believes what's coming. You were never alone. Type Amen to get blessing 1199, in one paragraph. They speak of the future you never had but always dreamed of. They describe a life together that still flickers in their mind like candlelight. And they ask, through ink and time, that you don't forget what was meant to be. The shocking deal they made ensures you receive this message. They traded their silence for your clarity, they chose vulnerability over regret. They finally had the courage to finish what they started. And this letter is their offering. A piece of them delivered across dimensions into your moment. When you hold it, you'll feel it vibrate, you'll sense a pull towards something higher. That's not imagination, that's alignment. Type Amen to get blessing 733. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. This moment was written in divine calendars, your name was marked as the recipient from the beginning, and the time is no longer someday. Is now. Archangel Michael says, do not be afraid to feel everything. Do not run from the wave of love that's coming. Let it crash into you, let it cleanse you. The person who wrote the letter is still out there. They may be walking toward you even now, or they may be watching from realms unseen, but the love is real. The deal released the message. The message is reaching you, and the blessing that follows will be unlike anything you've ever known. Tap Amen to get blessing January 1988. Comment if your soul is ready. Comment if your heart feels the weight of something sacred. Because your moment is unfolding. This letter is not lost anymore, it is returning to the hands it was written for. And it carries a truth that your spirit will never forget again. Let it reach you. Let it fill the space that silence tried to claim. And know this, love never stopped looking for you, you are the reason the deal was made. You are the name still shining on the envelope. And time is no longer against you, it's aligning for you. Type Amen to get blessing February 1960. They described the day they wrote it, how the room fell silent as if heaven itself paused to listen, the candle beside them flickered oddly. The air grew still, and something divine pressed gently on their shoulder. It wasn't just a letter, it was a spiritual act, a vow written not with ordinary ink, but with the sacred pulse of their soul. As they folded the paper, they whispered your name like a prayer. They kissed the envelope and pressed it to their heart, but something unseen stopped them from delivering it that day, something they didn't understand until now. A higher power hid the letter, knowing your heart wasn't ready yet. And they were instructed to wait until the stars aligned, until your spirit matured through storms, trials, and loneliness. A day is today. Type Amen to get blessing February 1944. Now, the truth can no longer hide. The time has arrived where their words will meet your soul in full bloom. You are no longer the person you were when it was first written. You're stronger, wiser, and ready. You may feel a sudden pull to an old drawer or box, a journal, or even a message request you forgot existed. Follow that feeling. It's not random. It may lead you directly to the place where the letter now rests, waiting. You might not understand everything at first, but your spirit will recognize the weight of the message. You'll feel the electricity in your fingertips as you open it. It's not just a memory. It's a prophecy finding its place. Type Amen to get blessing 3181. Comment if you feel something shifting around you right now. Comment if your dreams have been speaking louder these last few nights, because you are being prepared to receive what others only dream of, pure, unfiltered love wrapped in divine timing. They wrote about their regrets, about the years they tried to replace the space you left in their heart but failed every single time, and how every path they walked brought them back to you, even if only through pages. They wanted you to know they cried. They wanted you to know they prayed for your happiness even when they weren't part of it. And they wanted you to understand they always carried you, even when you thought they'd forgotten. Archangel Michael says, this moment was never meant to hurt. It was always meant to heal. It's not about bringing back the past. It's about finally giving it the voice it never had. Typing in to get blessing March 2010, they spoke of a simple, something only the two of you would understand. It could be a song lyric, a phrase, a number, or a shared dream. When you come across it, that's your sign the message is near. They may have written your nickname. The way they spelled it, the way only they used to call you, it'll hit your heart like a quiet thunder, and for a moment, time will pause, and you'll remember who you were when you first met. They haven't moved on spiritually because they were waiting for this letter to be delivered. They knew once you read it, a gate would open. And either in body or soul, they would be allowed to reach for you again. Comment now if this resonates in your chest like a heartbeat speeding up. Comment if your intuition is screaming that this is more than just words. You are being called by love that never left you. Tap Amen to get blessing April 1933. You'll know it's from them because of the way your breath catches, the way your eyes might tear up for no reason, and the way a memory buried for years will suddenly come alive again. They talk about your laugh, your touch, and the way you once believed in magic. They begged the universe to bring that magic back to you. This letter was their final offering to make that happen. Some of you will receive it physically. Some will receive it in dreams so vivid you will wake up in tears. Some will hear a voice reading it in your mind, and that voice will sound like home. You won't need confirmation from others. Your soul will recognize the energy. Because it was written, love you, love you. Type Amen to get blessing April 1977. Archangel Michael says, "The hour is almost over and you're about to be met with a flood of clarity. Do not close your heart when it comes. Open wider. Do not hold back the tears. They are part of the unlocking." You might be tempted to hide the letter or delay reading it, but do not delay what heaven has finally allowed to reach you. This moment has waited lifetimes. The shocking deal made 2 hours ago was not a coincidence. It was a soul contract sealed in spiritual ink. Your soul mate had to surrender something precious to have this message find you. And they did it willingly because they never stopped loving you. Comment below if your spirit accepts this love now. Comment if you're ready to hear what was always meant for your ears. Because the next 10 minutes could open everything. Type Amen to get blessing 5005. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Even if they are fire, they are watching now. Even if they passed, they are closer than breath. This letter is a bridge between worlds. Between lives, between truths. They know it may come as a shock, but they trust that you'll understand why it never came sooner. Light had to wait until your heart was weathered but not broken. They still carry a picture of you. They still whisper your name before they sleep. They still believe in you, even if the world tried to bear your light. And this letter, it's not just closure. It's the beginning of the next chapter, one built on truth, healing, and sacred remembrance. Type Amen to get blessing May 1944. Comment below now if you feel ready to receive this spiritual gift. Comment if you feel that someone, somewhere, just sent you a message through time. Because they did, and it's reaching you now. You were chosen to carry this moment, to receive what others lost, to reclaim what silence tried to erase. It was never just a letter. It was a sacred vial, and you were never truly without them. This is your sign. This is your hour, and the message is landing straight into your spirit. Type Amen to get blessing 6000. They mentioned a place, somewhere only the two of you would remember. It may have been a park bench, a corner street, or the way the light fell on your face at a specific hour. Even now, as you think of that place, a feeling awakens inside you that words can't explain. They captured that feeling in the letter. The way your presence made them feel safe, even when the world was collapsing around them. You were their light then, and you still are now. They begged the forces above for another chance. But when the chance never came, they poured everything into this one moment. That letter is their final prayer reaching your doorstep. Type Amen to get blessing 6333. You may begin to feel sudden heat in your hands or tears falling without understanding why. That is your body responding to the spiritual vibration of the message. It knows what your conscious mind is just now catching up to. Don't be surprised if the world feels quiet today, almost paused. It's not coincidence. It's the atmosphere clearing for something sacred to arrive. You are stepping into a divine alignment, and nothing will feel the same after. There are phrases in the letter that will sound familiar. Phrases you've heard before in dreams, whispers, or old songs that made your heart ache. Now you will understand why those phrases were always meant for you. Your name wasn't just written on the envelope. It was etched with love, sealed with longing, and sent with faith that it would reach you at the exact time your soul was ready. That time is now. Type Amen to get blessing June 1955. Comment now if you feel this message moving something deep in you. Comment if you've always known something unfinished will one day return. Because the door is opening and this letter is your invitation to healing. They wrote, "I'm sorry," not just once but many times. Not out of guilt, but because they wanted you to know they saw your pain and felt it too. They wanted you to know they never stopped caring. Even when life pulled them away, their spirit never left you. They stood with you in the spirit realm during your hardest nights. They whispered to your heart while you cried alone. You were never abandoned, you were never forgotten. Only protected until this letter could be safely delivered. Pop Amen to get blessing June 1988. Archangel Michael says, the angels stood in a circle around this message as it moved through time. They guarded it from destruction, from displacement, from ever falling into the wrong hands, because it belonged only to you. This is not a mistake. This message is the answer to the ache you couldn't explain. It is the balm for a wound you've carried silently. They tell you in the letter that their love never had an expiration date. That even if their body fades, their soul will always return to find yours, and this letter is proof of that eternal bond. You may find yourself smiling through the tears. That's your soul recognizing home in their words. That's love returning full circle. Type Amen to get blessing July 2007. They knew the letter had to travel far, not just physically, but through energy, memory, and divine obstacles. What it made it. And now, so will you. Their words carry power. Each sentence is a spark reigniting the parts of you that gave up on love. Each paragraph is a doorway to rediscovering your worth. Even if you thought you'd moved on, your spirit never stopped waiting, because you sensed something still unfinished. And now, it's arriving, not with noise, but with undeniable clarity. Comment if you feel the shift. Comment if you believe this was always meant to reach you, because it was. Type Amen to get blessing 7331. You may feel the presence of someone near you tonight. Don't be afraid. That's your soulmate spirit wrapping around you as you prepare to receive what they left behind. They speak of you like a miracle in the letter. They describe how their life was divided in two, before you and after you. And they never felt whole again until they wrote that final line. They mention things no one else could know. Private things, things you never told anyone, but somehow they remembered. That's how you will know this message is truly for you. Because no stranger could have written with such intimacy, only someone who carried your essence in their soul. Type Amen to get blessing 7888. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $20. They promised that if this letter reached you, they would return. Not always in body, but in guidance, signs, dreams, and maybe, just maybe, in real time. Because they are trying to come back to you. They wrote, if you are reading this, I never stopped loving you. That sentence was meant to break the walls you built to protect yourself, not to harm you, but to finally let light back in. You've held the burden of why for too long. Why they left. Why they stayed silent. Why no one else felt quite right. Now you have your answer. And that answer is love, timeless, unwavering, and still reaching. Even across lifetimes, even across veils, top amen to get blessing 8000.